Welcome to Reality Business. My name is Michael Bang, and today we will talk about one very key element of creating a successful business. But first, let's take a look at the big picture. What is a successful business? So we could say, very simple, to create a successful business, we are looking for two key factors. First of all, to have maximum material success. And second, maximum non-material success. That means we would like to have much money as we can and to have as much pleasure and any other non-material benefits. Now, but how do we create profit and pleasure at the same time? Now, to create a successful business which will have both of these two elements, of course, will take many factors. First of all, if we go into the area of sport, and if we look at a football team or a hockey team, we will see they have some key factors. First of all, they are very well organized. They have system and they have very strong training. Now, the American philosopher Ron Hubbard one time said, hatting equals control. And here when we mean with hatting, it is training. This is where the person is learning his job, etc. So when the person is competent on his job, he is in control. Now, what does it take to be in control of our job? So, of course, first of all, a company will have to have a good structure. That means they have to be organized. They have to have very good statistics. They need to have a very good business plan. They need to have very good job descriptions for all the personnel in there and so on. Now, I am specializing on one key factor of this big picture of a company, and that is the sales department. Now, in my experience, when I am a client going to different companies, it can be in a retail shop or any other kind of business, as a client, I often see very incompetent salespeople. People who have never learned how to sell properly and professionally, so that it's not a very comfortable experience as a client. So in my, let's say, career now as a business trainer, I have been now training literally over 50,000 salespeople from all kinds of companies. This is from big companies who do B2B or from smaller retail businesses, etc. And I'm working with this principle that is hatting equals control. That means the better trained the salesperson is, the better result he will have. Now, what does it take to train a salespeople? Now, and if we look again into the world of sport, we will see in sport there are two key elements that a sports person or an athlete needs to be trained on. This is mental strength and technical strength. And if we look at this in a salesperson, what is his attitude to selling? What is his mentality or motivation in his job as a salesperson? Now, if we take as an example, one salesperson who is thinking, I hate selling, I don't like people, clients are irritating me, etc. That's the wrong mentality. He will not be very open, not very comfortable to work with. And the second is the techniques of selling. Now, selling, it's a technique, it's a methodology like any other thing. So if a person wants to learn how to ride a motorcycle, there's a specific technique of how to ride a motorcycle or how to swim, etc. So if we then take a salesperson, now we are dealing with some key elements here. And if we take the first area, which we call about the mentality. So first of all, I say that the basic definition of active selling, it is selling is the art of changing somebody's mind. So if we take here is a salesperson, and over here is a client, and here is the mind of the client. So a salesperson, when he's dealing with active selling, has to use, we say, the techniques of selling to change the mind of the client. And we want to change it from negative into positive. Because very often when the client is meeting a salesperson, the first is his memories of other salespeople. He has often some negative experiences. So he's a little bit careful, he's a little bit skeptical, he's a little bit distrustful of that salesperson. So the first factor of the salesperson That is to build some trust, to get the person to kind of trust him, to respect him, and ideally also to like him. Now, but here it starts then in the mind of the salesperson.